There you go. Go.
Good evening, and welcome to the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. We are live from Studio Vanguard, and we are linked in with the following repeaters.
Lula, Columbus, Flagship, Jersey, Toccoa, Noonan, Rome, McDonough, Dallas, Ocala, Florida, Fort Mountain, Lookout Mountain, Cades Cove, Chattanooga, White Oak, Ottawa, Georgetown, and of course our VoIP service, Zello.
We've got a couple of repeaters that are currently experiencing network issues. That's Watkinsville machine and the Zebulon machine. So we'll try to get those back up and running. It looks to me like it's a Verizon-related cellular outage on those machines. So we're chasing that to see if we can get that sorted out. This net takes place. Oh, I missed the coverage.
The
part
coverage.
of our yes. So we're going to talk about our RF coverage tonight. Our RF coverage is less than 12 parsecs. Is that a unit of measurement or time?
We'll have to ask our Star Wars fans.
All right. This net takes place every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. I heard somebody say sharp. I'm not sure how sharp that is. I want to thank everyone who's made the North Georgia GMRS the most expansive and active GMRS network in the country. Your net control tonight is Atlanta 946, WQIR 514. My name is Justin.
And this is Gary, Atlanta 519, WRUB 711.
Blue Ridge 63, WRWM 344. My name is Mike.
And Atlanta 750, WRMR 367. My name is Jeff, and we are very happy to have our special guest Gary in the studio tonight to tell us everything we're doing wrong.
Well, that's the hope, is that we can get some pointers here and make some of those incremental improvements we're always talking about. All right, on the net, you can talk about your day's activities, radio equipment, or anything you think we'd like to hear about. This is a family-based network, so we encourage you to get your family involved. Once the floor is open, it is permissible to address other members of the net by their name or their tactical unit number. Your FCC call sign is only required when you sign in and sign out of the net. And no, I did not forget the fabulous Atlanta 751. It's time now to catch up with Kate.
This is WRMR 367, Atlanta 751, Kate from high atop Mount Waleski, live in Studio C, with this week's Catch Up with Kate, the latest NGGMRS sauce. GMRS news we can all relish. The annual Smith Family North Georgia GMRS barbecue gathering at LL Farm will be held on Saturday, April 20th. Gates open at 10 a.m. And And the event closes at 5 p.m. This will be a great opportunity for fellowship and great food, a chance to put a face with the voices that we hear on the air, and a great place to ask questions and learn about the future plans of North Georgia GMRS Network. You must RSVP ahead of time, as space is limited to only 300 people. If you would like to attend, please send an email to NGGMRSevents@gmail.com. And to talk a little bit further about this, I was wondering if Mr. C.B. Smith out in Murrayville is available. Gainesville 285, are you out there, C.B.?
Yes, ma'am, Kate. And I guess I'll take this opportunity to do check-ins. Gainesville 285, WRKN 234, CV Smith in Myrtle, Georgia, be in and out by way of relay. Gainesville 286, Lynn in Myrtle, Georgia, be in and out. Also by way of relay, WQIU 407, Gary in Noonan, Georgia, will be in and out. and WQIT 856 Diana in Newnan, Georgia, also be in and out. So let me break just a second. The Smith Annual Barbecue, North Georgia GMRS Barbecue, April 20th. Right now we have 251 RSVPs. We have a hard cap at 300. I would encourage everyone to keep an eye on your email. If you intend to come, please let us know quickly. And if there are any changes in RSVPs we've taken so far, please let us know ASAP. We'll have a waiting list once we get to the 300 mark, and we'd love to invite people to come from the waiting list if there are cancellations. Any questions, Kate?
Well, thank you very much, CV, for that update. We're all looking forward to it. I'm sure it's going to be another great barbecue, as it has been. So good times. Make sure you RSVP, everyone. In other news, the Skywarn Net will be Tuesday evening at 7. The subject will be Doppler radar. These are training nets, so please check in and be prepared to participate. Please have your computer handy so that you can follow along during the net. More information and training materials can be found at noaa.gov/jetstream. Also, tune in on March 26 for a mock training event. More info to come. Skywarn training nets are for Chattanooga region area people only. If you have an interest in Skywarn and are not in the Chattanooga area, you can find a local Skywarn group near you. Skywarn nets, again, are Tuesdays at 7 o'clock. Only for the northern segment of the North Georgia GMRS Network. Also in Chattanooga, the Chattanooga Lunch Bunch will meet on Saturday, March 23rd at Champy's, East Ridge, 6515 Ringgold Road. Reach out to Ronnie, chat69, for more information about the lunch gathering, or if you have questions about Skywarn training classes. Let me break. And at the southern end of our network, the Stockbridge Breakfast Club is gathering the 4th Saturday in March. The location is double super ultra secret, as seating is limited. If you are in or around the Stockbridge area and want to join the Breakfast Club, use the secret password, Molly Ringwald, which is no longer secret since it's out on the airwaves, in an email to WRN as in Nancy X388 @gmail.com. That's Whiskey Romeo November X-ray 388 @gmail.com for directions and information for the next get-together. And as I first mentioned last week, the new lunch bunch coming to North Georgia GMRS, Dallas 20, 21, 45, 46, and 47 have put together the West Side Luncheon. This lunch will take place on the 2nd Saturday of every month. That being said, the first get-together will be this coming Saturday at 11 a.m. All are welcome to attend this luncheon that is being held at the Taco Mac restaurant in Marietta. The address is 2650 Dallas Highway, Suite 110. For anyone who would like to attend, please be sure to RSVP by tomorrow to rabbithole@nggmrs.org. This allows them to notify the restaurant and make sure that they have enough seating for everyone who would like to join. Let me break. Also coming up, the North Georgia GMRS KidsNet is airing this Saturday evening at 7 p.m. The KidsNet is for family members of North Georgia GMRS Network members or licensed guests. This is an opportunity to expose our children to the magic of radio in a safe and friendly atmosphere. This net provides a training opportunity so kids can get comfortable and familiar with both operating a radio and with engaging with someone over the air. This net is for youth only, 18 and under. However, parental guidance and coaching is allowed and expected. North Georgia GMRS Network wants to welcome our newest net control host, Atlanta 250. Dana will be hosting the Friday at 9 Simplex Challenge. Even if you are out of range of the ball ground repeater, you should engage in the Simplex exercise and find out what your Simplex coverage is and who your Simplex neighbors are. In the event of a real disaster, this could be vital information, and it's another fun way to engage in radio. In late breaking news, the Frank's Red Hot Sauce of announcements, we have 16 TK8180 and 4 TK8180H radios available for Saturday sale and pickup. If you want one of these hot commodities, because I'm telling y'all they're gonna go fast, you need to email Gary at northgeorgiagmrs.com. By emailing Gary, you'll schedule a pickup in and around the Noonan area. So reach out to Gary if you're interested in one of those radios. There's only a couple and they're gonna go. If you have any questions, suggestions, or spicy announcements for us on Catch Up with Kate, please send me a note at kate@nggmrs.org. We are North Georgia GMRS Network. This is WRMR 367, Atlanta 751. My name is Kate, and I believe now it's time for Tiki Tips. Back to you, Net Control.
All right, well, let's go to Julie at the Tiki Bar and see what she has in store for us this evening.
WQYR 514. My name's Julie, and I am Atlanta 947. And this week, we will talk about the North Georgia GMRS website. Our website couldn't be any easier to find. It's just our name, NGGMRS.org. North Georgia GMRS website recently underwent a complete makeover. The website has a fresh but familiar look with all the old content plus some new features. We get a lot of questions from new members, so we'd like to address some of those questions here on the air and on NGGMRS.org. So grab your computer and scroll along. Let me break.
Radio's not doing this too good tonight.
At the top of the web page and located just right of the North Georgia GMRS logo, you will notice three very important links. The first one is labeled Membership Levels. When clicking here, this will describe the various distributor levels and pricing for North Georgia GMRS membership. Each level allows for increased number of assigned tactical unit numbers. For instance, if you would be the only person operating on the air in your household, then you probably would only be interested in the bronze single membership level. On the other hand, if you have a big family, then the platinum family membership might be the ticket, which allows up to 6 assigned tactical unit numbers. It is here you will also see several ways to donate to the organization. Sorry, guys. Let me break. The next link besides membership levels is labeled Purchase Membership. It's here that you'll actually select the membership level most appropriate for your household and be guided through a North Georgia GMRS membership purchase. If you so choose, you can also donate here above and beyond your membership level and contribute to the maintenance and growth of our organization. When you scroll to the bottom of this page, you'll notice an area labeled Existing Member Updates. This is where we ask our existing members to go to update personal information such as your address, email, as well as if you've recently acquired your amateur license. We like to brag to our ham radio friends how many of our members are also ham. Fill out the form, create an account for membership purchases and donations. The third link, found right beside purchase membership, is a link labeled More. When you click on More, a drop-down menu will appear, and it is here where you will find a link to the merch store. This is where you can purchase your very own North Georgia GMRS shirts, hats, cups, and more, so you can support the look at the next North Georgia GMRS gathering. It's pretty cool when looking through pictures from public events and seeing so many people rocking the North Georgia GMRS Network apparel. You let me break? There are a couple more things I need to share about our web page. When on the home page, take your time and scroll down a bit. It is here that you'll see a link to our YouTube channel. This link will take you to past episodes of Julie's Tips and Past Nets, and live stream to tonight's net. You'll also find a few interviews and some instructional content. Our hope is that our YouTube and channel will provide content that offers value and entertainment. While still on our homepage, if you continue to scroll down a bit, you'll notice the announcement section. This will display all of our various active nets with days and times, so no excuses as to not knowing. Continue scrolling past the announcements to view some pictures from our photo gallery, or scroll further and you'll come upon helpful links section. It's here that you'll find the membership roster, an interactive map, which highlights the active repeater whenever it hears traffic, so you can get an idea generally of where that traffic is coming from. Also, there's a chart in View All Repeaters link that can help you program your radios. And some other helpful links like the Code of Conduct, which is our terms of service for all North Georgia GMRS members. Take some time and explore each of these. Let me break. These are just a few of the preferred practices of North Georgia GMRS members, and these procedures are how we become the best operators on the nation's largest, most advanced linked repeater network. And remember, if you have any questions or suggestions for new user tips and operating procedures, send me a note at julie@nggmrs.org. We are North Georgia GMRS Network, and this is Atlanta 947, WQIR 514. My name is Julie. Good night, everyone.
Well, thank you, Julie, for all of those guiding tips and instruction for the North Georgia GMRS webpage. There's quite a lot of content there, and if you haven't really delved into the depths of that webpage, there really is a wealth of information. You know, one of the things that we try to drive our newest users to, actually there's a couple of things, but there's a chart on our webpage that new users can use to program the repeaters in their radio that are closest to them. The chart shows the frequency and the channel number and the name of the repeater and the PL tones required to access that repeater, and it shows whether or not that repeater is linked. So you can program your radio using those values to be able to get onto our network, and we make that publicly available because we want people to find us, and we want people to be able to tune in and listen, and we invite guests to come on the air and as sort of a try before you buy. Make sure you can access the network from home or from work or wherever you're going to be using it before you invest in a membership with North Georgia GMRS. So we definitely encourage guests to come on the air and check in and participate in that way. So at this time, Jeff, do you think it's time to continue taking check-ins?
I don't see why not.
All right. Well, let's do that. Let's see if we have any additional Zello check-ins. Now, RF users, remember, Zello can be tricky sometimes. So we want to leave a nice long pause for Zello users. If you hear silence, that's not an invitation for radio users to check in. We are holding that space, reserving that time for anybody that's having any difficulty with their Zello app. So Net Control standing by for Zello check-ins only. Zello users only. I've chased them all away.
This is Atlanta 420 WRFS 771.
I didn't chase
William
them away,
in Roswell. I'll be checking in and checking out, but I am monitoring from the deck and enjoying the evening air. Just a little tired. You all have a great night.
Conspiracy theories are hard work.
This is WRCT 291, Noonan 35, and by relay, Noonan 37, Walter Jr. and Rachel.
Ah. The long, awkward pause.
It has to be sufficiently awkward.
Right. Yeah. We don't want to be inadequately awkward. We want to be full on ridiculous.
This is
And that's why.
In case David decides
in case
to.
Dallas 20 checks in.
This is Dallas 20 WRKT 728 David in Southwest Paulding County checking in, and by way of relay Dallas 21 Lisa. She is in and out. Good evening, everyone.
This is
Atlanta 589.
This is WRUF 788 Dallas 49er Doug in Hiram checking in, checking out.
On RF.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know what time and blah blah. Ain't 1, 8 and 10, and out. Following lane. 80, 2, and 3, and out, following lane.
What was it?
Jenny's already in there. Put 83.
Yeah. Put 83.
Yeah.
That was also on RF.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and acknowledge this round of check-ins we had. Let me go back. We have some YouTube check-ins here, so let me go all the way back to these. In fact, we need to acknowledge Gainesville 285, Charlie Victor 2 times in Murrayville with the announcements he gave earlier, but he's now in and out, as well as Gainesville 286, Lynn in Murrayville is in and out. And we have a YouTube check-in from Blue Ridge 64 Melissa in Blue Ridge, in and out. And a couple of relay check-ins. We have Atlanta 60 Gary in Noonan, in and out. And Atlanta 61 Diana in Noonan, in and out. Noonan 50 Allen in Peachtree City is a YouTube check-in. In Atlanta 420 William in Roswell was our VoIP check-in. He's in and out tonight. He's going to take a little break and listen in. And how much you want to bet William's going to check in with the comment at the end?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we got you, William. You'll be there. Noonan 35 Walter in Noonan is in with us tonight, as well as Noonan 37 Rachel also in Noonan in tonight. I'm betting they're in and out, but we're going to leave them as in for now. And Walter, if you're still with us when we come to you, that'd be great. Love to hear from you. Dallas 2-0. David in he's in Southwest Paulding County. He is in tonight. At Dallas 2-1, Lisa, also in Southwest Paulding County, is in and out. Dallas 4-9, Doug in Hiram is in and out. Cades Cove 8-1, Renee in Rockwood is in and out. We already acknowledged Cades Cove 82. She was relayed in by Eric earlier. Actually, she checked in herself.
She did.
Yeah. So
she did a great job.
We heard Jenny check in herself earlier. But also by way of relay, we've got Cades Cove 83, Bill in Rockwood, in and out. Those are the check-ins we have at this time. We'll continue taking check-ins from any repeater other than Flagship. Net Control standing by. So we break up our check-ins.
This is
More than half of our check-ins come in on the Flagship machine.
This is WSAP 350, Atlanta 136, John in Covington, checking in and out.
And when we do come to the Flagship machine, there's always that. That's where the doubling is the worst.
Mm-hmm. So you're trying to set maybe a trend.
RQZ 941, Rome 12, this is Mark,
Trying to get
Rome,
them to
checking in and
set
out.
a slower pace, and they often do.
This is WROT 224, Chattanooga 110, checking in and checking out. Everyone have a good evening.
WRNZ 750, Cannon in Augusta.
This is
Cannon.
Yep.
This is WRBR 303, Chattanooga 30, Jonathan from Hickson, checking in and out. And I would like to apologize. Last week or the week before, I was laying on the couch, listening to you all say Zello check-ins only. And there was this long, quiet spell, and I thought, perfect time to check in, and grabbed my radio and checked in, and then 5 or 6 other people checked in after me, and I am so sorry for that. You all have a good night.
I appreciate that, Jonathan.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is SAR 344, Atlanta 170, Dalton in Cartersville, in and monitoring.
This is shaping up to be a big net.
Mm-hmm. We're pushing 70.
We've probably got at least 10 just in YouTube.
All right, let me acknowledge this round of check-ins. We have Atlanta 136, John in Covington, in and out. Rome 12, Mark in Rome is in and out. Chattanooga 110, James in Ringgold, in and out. WRNZ 750, Cannon in Augusta, is a YouTube check-in. We have Chattanooga 30, Jonathan in Hickson is in and out. Appreciate your check-in tonight. Dallas 16, Michael in Dallas is in tonight. In Atlanta 170, Dalton in Cartersville, also in tonight. At this time, we'll continue with check-ins from any repeater anywhere, including the Flagship machine. Slow it down just a little bit and check the airwaves to be sure you're not doubling, and call net control. We're standing by.
Yeah, that's.
He's the Dallas one.
This is.
And so is Cannon, so that's also an in
This is WRZY 609, Atlanta 289, Grady and Jasper. I'll be in tonight.
All right, Grady.
Do you have Edwin 613?
This is.
That's YouTube also.
This is Chat 179.
I think that's Chat 179.
I think that's what I heard too.
Okay. No idea if in or out.
that's correct.
179. Okay.
Don't know if he's in or out, but I couldn't hear it. He washed out bad after that.
We'll leave him in.
This is WRZL 542 Noonan 120 Carmine Fayetteville checking in.
This is WRYZ 968 Gang 100 Randall and Buford checking in, checking out. Everyone have a great net.
$71.
Yeah, that's enough.
26 in queue.
26 is a lot. We're usually half that.
Do you have Noonan 50 from
No.
All right. Net Control is going to go ahead and acknowledge what we have now. We have Atlanta 289. Grady in Jasper is in with us tonight.
Yes, I do.
Atlanta 658 McKay in coming from a YouTube check-in is in and out. We have Chattanooga 179. Brett in Chattanooga is in tonight. Noonan 120. Carmine in Fayetteville is in tonight. And Gainesville 100. Randall in Buford is in and out. Those are the check-ins that we have at this time. So we're going to go ahead and start things off. There will be one more opportunity to check in at the end of the program before we close things up. We'll take late check-ins and be an opportunity for any questions or comments at that time. So let's go to the top of our roster, and it looks like first in line tonight is Atlanta 403. Bobby in at the Vortex. Bobby, do you have any questions or comments about the North Georgia GMRS website?
Well, WRAT 241, Atlanta 403. My comments would be, Kate did a great job on it. It looks beautiful, and I think it's real easy to navigate. It was definitely due for an update. And I think it's a thing of beauty right now. And tell Chuck if he's listening, that's what we're talking about tonight. The new and improved website and all those goodies like that. And Jeff moving his mic so I can see the flux capacitor and things like that. So. But yeah, no, the website is great. It's good looking. I love it. So that's about all I got for you tonight.
Very good. Well, there was a lot of action behind the scenes and a couple of months of work that went into the new and improved website. So, there was some consulting with Spotify experts, and there was
Shopify,
Spotify, some kind of fi. There was a fi there somewhere. And, so there was a lot of behind-the-scenes efforts that went into that. It wasn't just a flip the switch one day and boom, there it is. It was quite the effort to put together and build. And Kate was she led that charge in a very large and impactful way. So hats off and kudos to Atlanta 751 for the effort involved in that. And I really do like the look and feel of the web page now. I really appreciate that we really lost nothing. There's nothing from the old web page that's not here. Everything made it over, and most everything came over with a fresh new look, and that's very cool. It's nice when you change website providers like that we didn't lose anything. It's all there.
Well, there was a lot of effort into making sure that was a smooth transition.
Yes, and a lot of testing that went on behind the scenes to be sure that would be smooth. So hats off to all the work and effort that went on related to that. I didn't do any of it. Jeff had even asked me a couple of times to look at the web page to see if things looked right, and what do I know? It looked okay to me.
Well, we put up the interview with Miss Kate for Behind the Scenes with Julie just before the net came on as well. So if you want to know more about her role in that, there's an interview.
Oh, very cool.
Where do they find the interview?
The interview is on our YouTube page, so if you go ahead and search on YouTube for the North Georgia GMRS Network, you will find our channel, and there's all playlists and categories for Julie's tips and behind the scenes and our nets and our instructional videos. So there's a lot of good stuff to be found there in addition to our website.
Are there any more interviews pending? Is that the last one?
There's a couple more pending.
A couple more coming.
We got to keep them in suspense. We can't just give them all of them.
Well,
then they won't come back.
And well, there's production time involved in that too. So
and speaking of YouTube, we got 27 people watching us and only 3 likes. You guys got to hit the thumbs up button for us
and subscribe. And for those of you that are listening, check us out on YouTube, and please go there and like and subscribe. As often as you can. I mean, typically you get the subscribe option just once, but
you can like every video.
You can like every video, and that just going in and watching the videos and liking those, especially if you go in and make comments in any of those videos, that shows YouTube that there's interaction with the video, and that scores high on the metrics there that help us to turn this into a better program. Let me break.
Just made it.
If there's a timeout timer anywhere in the system, I can find it.
You will find it.
That's right. So
even during an interview.
Yeah. We learned that there's a different kind of timeout timer during the interviews. So
but you'll have to go to YouTube to watch that.
Well, I don't think they'll see it on YouTube.
There's no bloopers yet.
I think
I'm starting a bloopers channel, but we haven't made a full video of bloopers yet.
Okay, so that's pending, I suppose. But yeah, definitely would appreciate any interaction on the YouTube channel.
If you want to see a bloopers reel, you'll need to go to the YouTube channel and let us know that. Leave a comment on one of the existing videos, and tell Jeff to put together a blooper reel.
I think that's why they tune in on Thursday nights.
That is the bloopers reel.
This is the blooper.
Very good. All right, so let's continue on tonight. We've got Gainesville 44 Joe at the Vortex, and he is in and out, and that'll bring us to McDonough 22 Tim in Stockbridge. Tim, did you have any questions or comments about the webpage?
Well, good evening, gentlemen. Not really any questions. I have, of course, visited the web page a few times since it's gone up, and just will say that it is definitely a huge improvement over what we had before. You know, the graphics are so much better. It's so much more attractive than it was before. It's intuitive. You know, things are easier to find than they were before, and so basically don't know a whole lot to say except encourage, you know, all of our newer members especially to go there to the web page and look through it, read that memorandum of understanding, you know, look at all the etiquette, however you pronounce that, radio etiquette, on the air etiquette, all that stuff, you know, read all that for anyone who's just listening in and has not got their FCC license yet for GMRS. All the information is there to tell you how to do that, where to start and what to do, you know, first, second, and third, and so forth to get your FCC license. And so there's just a wealth of information there, pictures and videos and history of the North Georgia GMRS system, how we started and why we're here and what we're doing here and where we're going, and at least for the most part, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's this top-notch professional website now. It had a few problems before maybe, and it wasn't quite as attractive, but now it's top-notch website, and I encourage everybody to go there and have a look-see. And I guess that's it for me. I'll throw it back to Net Control.
Thank you for that, Tim. I appreciate your comments. And yeah, we're swimming in the big pond now. Kind of looking like a big deal. So
well, you even got your own new TV monitor down there.
It's nice. It's the behind the shoulder monitor, but it still gives me an opportunity to see what the program display is. So that's a nice incremental improvement.
It's big time.
Yeah. So good stuff. Thank you for that, Tim. With that, we're going to continue on. Cades Cove 80, Eric in Rockwood. Eric, do you have any questions or comments tonight about the webpage?
Hey, good evening, Net Control. This is Cades Cove 80. I do. Most of the time I don't, check in or participate in the nets, but I wanted to tonight because I wanted to show my appreciation of how well it was done and how well it looks. And the first time I logged into it, I was like, wow, this is absolutely amazing. I mean, it is. It was a great job from Kate to all of her little elves. I mean, y'all just done an amazing job on it. You really did. And one thing I noticed on it also is I had to go to the library to the computer before I got my PC. And timeout timer, it got me. I'd have to go to the library to make my monthly donation, and now I can do it off of my phone. I don't know what happened there, or let me break. I don't know what happened there that I couldn't use my phone before, but now I can to make the donation. And that makes it easy because if I'm out somewhere and I think of it, then, I just jump on my phone and take care of it real quick. But, yeah, it does have a great look to it. It's amazing. It really is. And I want to thank everyone that is involved that done that. And y'all done a great job. You really did. Back to you, Net Control.
All right, Eric. Well, thank you for that, and appreciate the donations that you make, and above and beyond your membership. That's also, that's an option. We do have some expenses that sometimes are hard to make, and sometimes we have to set things back a little bit in terms of our budgeting, and we got priorities. Of course, our the rentals and the leases and things like that. We make sure that those get taken care of, and insurance, and if that means that we have to wait a little while before we can acquire the next piece of equipment for the studio or things of that nature, then that's what happens. So everybody that does contribute, can help accelerate the steps that we take in bringing incremental improvements. So,
well, I want to mention
that helps.
I want to mention something too that's not necessarily aimed at Eric specifically, but figured I'd mention it because Eric is frequent of both sides of the fence. So the North Georgia GMRS site specifically is a different site from the merchandise store. It's just a link on one to the other. And why this is important for some folks, if you are looking for information, when you click the Contact Us button, if you're in the merch store, it goes to Kate with questions regarding merchandise. But if you're on the main website, that Contact Us button goes to the team for the network itself. So depending on what your question is or where the question is aimed at, just be mindful of that. If you hit Contact Us in the merchandise store, Miss Kate's not going to be able to help you with a radio question.
Yeah, and Gary's not going to know what size shirts are available.
So just be mindful of that. While they do link to each other, the Contact Us buttons do go to different places.
Very good. Thanks for making that, because I know that there have been a handful of emails here lately that have been kind of hard to field. So, and that's something too that has really improved is the ability to communicate with the admin team through the webpage and through the contact, and the support at NGGMRS email has been better utilized with better questions, and I think we've been able to offer better feedback, especially to potential new users. And, folks that come here, it's a lot of information to absorb. And your first sitting at the North Georgia GMRS website may not connect all the dots in your mind. And so there's a lot of questions that people come up with that sometimes are really, really simple questions and have been answered 100 times, but not to them. This is the first time that they're experiencing GMRS. And so what is a linked repeater? How do TAC numbers work? What's up with the different membership levels? And these are all things that we answer over and over again. But, I was brand new at this once too. And it took a minute for me to figure out how all of this stuff works. And there's elements to what we do now that are beyond me. So there's a team in place, and we have people with particular knowledge and expertise, and we try to utilize those individual skill sets in those specific areas as best we can. And Jeff says I have to break. He's over there twisting his wrists like he's trying to eat a sandwich or something. I don't know what that means. But let's go ahead and take a break, and I'll come right back. All right, so good stuff. Thank you for that, Eric. And let's see. Next on our list is Rome 58, Chad in Rome. Chad, did you have any questions or comments about the North Georgia GMRS website?
This is Rome 58. Hey, Net Control. Just wanted to say, like everybody else, that it's the old site was good, but this site's even better. As someone who works in IT, I understand all too well how your end users don't always respond too well to change. But in this case, I think the approval has been overwhelming, and as someone who was on the old site one day and on the new site the next day, you immediately saw the change, but at the same time, it wasn't confusing. Things, while a little different, weren't completely different. And so as an end user, I didn't feel like I had to relearn a website. Scrolled up and scrolled down. The things that I like going to, such as the member list and the repeaters and stuff like that, were still easy to find. And I think that's just a testament to how well it was done. And as an end user, just want to say thank you for keeping it easy to use, but at the same time, improving it and making it better. That's pretty much all I got, guys. Net Control, back to you.
Very good, Chad. And yes, I do know that a lot of effort was put into just what you're talking about, that end user experience. And, and that's one of the things that you think that a lot about how the website should look and feel, but maybe it's better to consult with people that have built websites and built merchandise stores and get some input from outside. And that's what we did. Had some outside consultation and development work done. And then we did a lot of it ourselves as well. So by ourselves, I mean people other than me. But in any case, thanks for your comments, and appreciate that encouragement. I didn't really expect tonight to be a hey, kudos to North Georgia GMRS for the website, but it is nice to hear the positive comments.
Yeah, it was more so as informative, so that people could find their way around or get questions answered.
Well, that's right. And so part of what inspired us to pick this topic is because there seems to be a lot of people that don't know that this website is here. And so we wanted to talk about it and make awareness of it and hopefully drive some of the folks that are out there on the periphery, listening but not yet members, considering whether or not they want to be, or maybe they're just scanning channels and are tuning in for the first time. Whatever the case might be, we're hoping that we can drive folks to the NGGMRS.org website, and hopefully that can be the learning ground for a lot of people to develop what they know about GMRS radio. It's beautiful because it's as simple as get a license and get on the air, but there's so much more if you dig a little bit deeper. And then once you learn how to use repeaters, your coverage becomes enormous and very useful.
12 parsecs?
12 parsecs, that's right.
Yeah,
so,
we're three-dimensional now.
So if you can go anywhere else on a repeater network and cover 12 parsecs, I'd sure like to hear about it. So send an email to support@ngGMRS.org if you have awareness of such a place.
And the exact distance
Yeah,
or measurement
is
of.
it 15 parsecs? We need to, have something to compare to.
Yeah.
So, and if you know whether a parsec is a measurement of time or distance, because it seems as though it's used in both manners during the Star Trek.
Star Wars, isn't it?
Star Wars, Star Trek, Star something.
Yeah, some
it's out
Trekkie
there.
thing.
Yeah. Spotify, Shopify.
Someone will let us know
I don't
tonight.
know.
Tomato.
All right, who's next?
Looks like Cades Cove 78.
Charles.
Go ahead.
Cades Cove 78, Charles. You're next, and we've got you checked in tonight. What questions, comments do you have regarding the North Georgia GMRS website? I thought we had Charles.
Somebody tried to answer.
Yeah. It was off Cades Cove.
Gary's on like his third page of making notes. We must be messing up royally.
Yeah,
We're going to get the full report with our report card at the end of this.
Well,
all right. Well, Charles, if you're able to hear us, we were not able to hear you on that check-in, unfortunately. Did see traffic on the Cades Cove repeater, so it's possible that you're trying and just don't have good line of sight, good connection to the repeater. So we are going to keep you in the log, but we're going to go ahead and move on. The next check-in we heard was Atlanta 26 Flip in Atlanta. In beautiful Druid Hills. Flip, let's go to you with...
Don't say Atlanta. He'll get mad.
Oh, Druid Hills, not Atlanta.
The beautiful Druid Hills.
All right. Well, I stand corrected, Flip. Let's go to you with any questions, comments that you have regarding the website. Not Atlanta.
Hey, guys. I apologize for being a little bit absent over the last few weeks, but... No, I think the website is very, very impressive. Truthfully, the whole rebranding or improved branding effort, I find to be just incredible. It really looks awesome and really ties together the whole group. In addition to, the Studio Vanguard stuff and the YouTube tie-ins. I've really enjoyed watching some of Julie's behind-the-scenes interviews. All of that, it's all coming together well and looks fantastic and really puts on a great front for such a great network. So, I'm enjoying seeing it all and watching it and trying to participate when I can. So. Hope you all are well, and look forward to seeing you soon. Back to you guys.
Go ahead.
Well, very good, Flip, and it's great to hear you back on the air. And it'd be great to get you back in here regular. One of these days, we're going to have you come on up to Woodstock and sit in with us for a net. So reach out to me if you think you have any availability for that. It'd be great to have you on the air. For those of you that don't know, Flip had served as a net control fill-in several times when Julie and I were out of town or on vacation, and we didn't have this massive staff of net control operators to fill the gap. So now, when Julie and I are unavailable, we have almost built-in coverage. So it hopefully we'll be able to do a better job of hosting a net every single week in one form, fashion, or another. But love to have you back in the chair and co-host with us sometime. That'd be awesome. All right. Next on our list we have Atlanta 256 Chuck in Dawsonville. Chuck, what was Chuck doing? He was busy with something and said he was going to have to be in and out. What was that?
Well, see if you can catch him.
Chuck, are you truly busy, or are you just pulling our leg?
Well, actually, you caught me at a good time. Very good time.
Just in time?
How's everybody doing? I noticed our guest tonight looking pretty good sitting there. I can't say much more about the website than what everybody already said. I mean, it's fantastic. Of course, I had to have some internet training on that from somebody sitting there on the end. Of course, he's always training me on something. But once I got into it, I was like, oh, okay, I got it. And I can actually navigate it. But, no, you guys are looking great on the internet, YouTube. You're sounding great, and it looks like everything's working fine.
Well, as long as it looks like everything's working fine, then we've accomplished most of what we're here for. So,
give the illusion of quality.
That's the trick, isn't it? All right. So thanks for that, Chuck. And yeah, I have to agree. There's not much left to be said. It really is. It really is a fabulous showcase for North Georgia GMRS, and I do appreciate the effort that people have put into it. So it's a great place to be. There's so much of what we do now that has improved in look and appearance and feel, and makes it seem like we know what we're doing. However, that is just an illusion.
That's why Gary's here.
That's why Gary's here.
On page 4 of his notebook.
We finally brought in supervision.
Right, yeah. And he is over there taking a lot of notes, so curious to see what's going to come. We're going to
fail this report card miserably.
I don't think so.
All right.
What if we had another question regarding the website? Because it's certainly great to hear and to talk about as far as it's come. But what are we missing? Are there things that despite how far it's come, that we could do better or more of, or
add something?
Add something? Is there something that we haven't thought of that would be useful for folks? I don't know. I don't think we've thought of everything. I'm not that smart.
Why don't you ask Houston and see what he says?
All right. Well, Houston's next in the log. So Atlanta 780. Houston, let's check in with you. Thoughts on the new website and anything that we could add to make it better? Anything that we maybe haven't thought of yet? Let's go to you.
Hi, good evening to the network. Justin, Jeff, Mike, Gary. Y'all are doing a great job. Yeah, I was sitting here looking at it on the what you could add to it. Find an easier way to get to the coming event or something. Something people need to know about. Able to click on something else. I don't know if anything else. It looks great to me.
Is that our packet loss or his?
It's out there too, so it's not us.
Okay.
Just not holding the repeater.
He's on Zello.
He's on Zello.
Oh, bandwidth issue probably.
Yeah. All right, Houston. Well, I heard most of that, and we had a little loss with your signal there. When you play back the YouTube video, you'll be able to hear just exactly what we heard. My question was it on our end or your end? But Jeff was able to verify that we were hearing the same thing off of the flagship repeater. So I think we were losing packets off of your phone, but we did hear most of that. And thanks for the comments with regard to that. And Houston, did you have any suggestions of what we might be missing on our webpage?
Hey, we'll try it one more time.
That's a lot better.
That is better.
I'd say the only thing I could think of is maybe events coming up. You could put it on the first page of it or somehow.
Calendar.
That's the only thing I know of.
The quality of the audio that time was 100 times better. So we did hear that. Events, that's a great idea. An event calendar or something of that nature on the website. It's a lot of effort to keep that sort of thing up to date and maintained, but I think we have the people that are smart enough to do that sort of thing. So we'll have to see what we can come up with. That's a great suggestion. I think Blue Ridge 63's already got ideas spinning in his head. He's focused on his gadget over there, so I think he's probably already written the code.
We'll have it live by morning. I'm just kidding.
It'll be not tomorrow morning.
It'll be a morning.
Some morning
one
it'll
of
be
these
live.
mornings you'll wake up and there'll be an event calendar.
All right.
Wait, before we move on, and he made a valid point, the Hobbit out of Noonan would like it stressed of which Gary we have in studio, which is a valid point. It is not Atlanta 6-0.
Ah.
The Hobbit of Noonan would like to comment on the air?
No, he was...
Oh, he wants to comment off the air.
He wants us to introduce our guest and what his area of specialty is and why he's here with us with our report card that we're going to flunk.
That's a great idea.
So, Gary, why don't you at least identify yourself in your professional career and what you're here consulting us for that hopefully we can do better.
Sure.
He doesn't have a lot to work with.
Now it's a well-oiled machine. I'll just tell you from just the observations tonight. But my name's Gary. I'm one of the Garys. I'm not the Gary, but Atlanta 519. I'm out of Marietta. But my background is in TV production and websites and studio type production. So the gang here invited me up to kind of see behind the curtain of the Vanguard machine, and it's really been eye-opening. Like I say, it's a well-oiled machine, and I'm just here kind of just taking some notes and taking it all in and enjoying the opportunity tonight.
So how do you think that we do on a shoestring budget?
I think you do really good. The interaction, the cameras, the YouTube stream, obviously the net. I tend to bounce around a lot. And in my travels, I'll kind of drop in and listen to other nets, look at other net activities on the internet. And I've just got to say, this when you do that, it will make you proud of the work that's been done with North Georgia GMRS Group. It's just really well done.
Well, thank you for those words, and yeah, we do subscribe to that concept of do something and then as you've done that and you learn from what you've done, try to do it again, but do it a little bit better, and we try to keep that pattern in play. Jeff says it's time for me to break. So hopefully at one point we'll be able to upgrade from shoestrings to bootstraps, and who knows where we'll land. So little by little and piece by piece, and we've got some things in the work, and we've already consulted with Gary on some of that, and we look forward to what we can continue to do and improve, and who knows where we'll land. But always looking for another idea and another way to make things a little bit better looking. I mean, that's what drove the changes to our website, was an opportunity to make an incremental improvement, and we'll continue to do that. We're not really satisfied or settled in with anything that we do, and we're always looking for ways that we can make some improvement somewhere, like Verizon, for instance. There seems to be.
Let's not go down that
all right,
road.
we're not going to go down that road. Okay. Did we want to go back to Houston for anything else?
We can if we'd like.
Houston, do you have any other thoughts?
No, sir. No, sir, I don't. I appreciate y'all having me on the net. And, think of anything else. Y'all are doing a great job. Been a very interesting net.
All right. Well, I'm glad we were able to get you in the roster early enough that you could check in and hang out with us. Yeah, it's been a little while since you've come on with your comments, so it's great to hear you on the air. Appreciate you checking in tonight. And with that, we're going to continue on. Next, we have Atlanta 557 Ed in Kennesaw, in and out. Also, we heard Gainesville 58 Jonathan in Oakwood, in and out. Gainesville 417 William in Auburn. I think William must be one of our most consistent check-ins of all the members out there. William hardly ever misses a check-in. Thank you for the check-in tonight, William. He's in and out. Also, we had Cades Cove 82 Jenny in Rockwood. Appreciate you helping Mom check in there with us tonight, Eric. That was very cool. Next on the list is Tacoma 37 Morris in Clarksville. Morris, did you have any comments or questions about the website?
This was a double.
Yeah, this was a double. That might have been in and out.
It's possible that he's not going to come back to us.
He doubled perfectly with Jim.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go ahead and show Morris as in and out. There was a double at the time of that check-in, so we may not have heard the entirety of it. So with that, we're going to move on next to Chattanooga 84, Jim in Hickson. Jim, do you have any questions or comments about the North Georgia GMRS website?
Oh, good evening, everybody in the net. This is WRKK629, Chattanooga 84. Yeah, I mean, I echo everybody else's comments. It's a great site. I use it quite frequently, and the graphics pop. It's a really nice looking site. But I tend to find myself feeling a little left out, and maybe someday, but we're not there yet, I guess. Anyway, that's all I've got. I'll send it back to you, Justin.
All right, Jim. Well, we'll try to get you included in some form or fashion and get you right where you need to be. Glad to hear your input tonight, and thanks for all your work on the Skywarn side of things. Appreciate your efforts there as well. Next on the list, we have Atlanta 138. Robert in Auburn is at band practice. Robert is another one who's very, very consistent with checking in. So appreciate that, Robert. Thank you for your check-in tonight. And we had dinner at the Smith family cookout last year. Robert and I sat at the table together, and perhaps that'll happen again this year. We'll see how it plays. Next, we have McDonough 45 Kai in McDonough. Kai, do you have any questions or comments about the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net? Or actually, what are we talking about tonight? What was the question?
The website. On the net. The net? Do the kids call it that?
Maybe you should ask. Kai, do you have any comments about the website?
The net on the net?
Hey, good evening, everyone. No, it was pretty good to navigate as a new member, and signing up, I was able to get in pretty easily. If I was nitpicking, and it could be me, correct me if I'm wrong, any of the hyperlinks that bring you to the merch store, there's no link to bring you back to the main splash page where you go in and get all the frequencies and everything. You'd have to go back in the actual browser page and push the back button. So that may be something that either you want to look into, or if I'm wrong, or maybe let anybody else who wouldn't know, because I don't see any other way to get back from the merch store to the main page other than pushing the back button.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Kai, that's a good point, and that's something that I experienced just the other day, but I didn't really think anything of it. But you're right; it would be convenient when you're in the merch store if there was some place at the top or somewhere that you would click to just drive you back to the main page, and so that's a great suggestion.
That's easy enough to add too.
And yeah, so we'll have our media folks take a look at that, and maybe we can get that incorporated sooner rather than later. It should be live by morning.
A morning.
A morning.
Very good. Well, thank you for that. Did you have anything else, Kai?
And I appreciate it. Yeah, that was the only thing I seen.
All right. Again, thank you for those comments. And with that, we're going to continue on with CW40 Robert in Nicholson was in and out. And that'll bring us to Atlanta 250. Dana in Dahlonega could hardly wait to come on the air this evening. Dana, any comments about the North Georgia GMRS website?
Well, we're going to pick on Dana for a minute here.
We are?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, I want in on this.
Because he just recently discovered a very unique difference between the new website and the old website. And it tripped him up a little bit. So, Dana, why don't you share your experience about that very unique feature and what is different with the new website?
There you go. First and foremost, let it be known that I will get you, Jeff. I was on there the other day.
There's no even.
Conducting some business, and what popped up was a user ID and a password. Well, I looked at my, I keep all my passwords on a different tablet. Didn't have anything. Didn't remember ever having to do that before. And I sat there like, doe in the headlights and going, what do I do? So, lo and behold, you have to create an account now, and it makes it easier for many, many different things on the administrative side of the site. But yes, you do have to create an account.
So you have to create an account, and that's going to be your username and password. But it also makes it easier for us on the back end to have your email address for events like the barbecues and things. It helps us with that database work to make sure that our members get the information that we need you guys to have. So that is why the new website does require a login page for purposes of knowing our members and keeping up with the email side of things. So, did you have anything else for us, Dana?
I definitely wanted to publicly thank Kate, or the company Authenticate, for creating such a fine logo for our Friday night at 9 Simplex challenge that happens every Friday night. So, great job to her. Kudos. I can't say enough about it, and hope to see you all there.
Very good. Well, Jeff, this seems like an opportunity for you to introduce the host of, what is this called? Is it Friday night at 9? The Simplex Challenge?
Me and Kate asked about this as we were coming up with ideas for the logo. It's Friday night at 9, but it starts at 8:30, which is kind of similar to our timetable-ish.
Right. So is it 9 o'clock sharp, or is it 9 o'clock with a used up eraser and a very dull pencil edge?
It was my understanding that why it's 8:30 is because they meet on the ball ground repeater at 8:30 and collect each other, if you will, to find out who's participating, and then they actually start their Simplex testing at 9.
Very good. So this was driven from I think this is maybe a nationwide activity of the Simplex Challenge. And, you know, it's a great concept. It's a great idea. And I wish I'd thought of it, because this is an opportunity for people to find out who their Simplex neighbors are, who you can reach if the network is down, if the repeaters are down, if power is out, if civilization has come to the anarchic end that we know someday it will. And then you've got an idea of who you might be able to expect to reach on a radio. And I would imagine when they come back and gather on the repeater, there could be conversations about if something really does happen, you know, do we do call outs, 369 on the clock, or how do we expect to be able to meet on the air in the event that something like this does happen? So those conversations can happen, you know, when you come back to the ball ground repeater, and then build plans and build your list of local Simplex contacts from that. And from there, you can find out what resources might be available in light of an emergency, disastrous situation. It goes back to that, you know, farming community, the Amish community. You know, where I'm from in Indiana, there's a large Amish contingent there, and it used to be that at every farm they had chickens and pigs and cows. They had dairy cows, and they had farmland that they grew crops and stuff on, and each farm had its own thing. But over the years, that's kind of migrated, and now we have Amish farms that are nothing but hogs, and there is no dairy there. They have focused all of their resources into having an efficient hog operation, and the neighbor will be all about dairy, and another neighbor will be all about poultry. Time to break. So, you know, this Simplex Challenge allows us to look for what our resources, what our strengths and weaknesses are in a disaster situation within our neighbors. And maybe, you know, we have one neighbor who is an excellent small engine mechanic and can help keep machines running when chaos reigns. We have another neighbor who is adept at welding or building things, fabricating things. Maybe another one who can do household repairs, can fix a leaking roof, or because we're going to need all this stuff. You know, just because the end of the world has come doesn't mean we stop living. We still need a roof on the house, and we still need a way to preserve food, and we still need a way to gather things, and it's more work than one person or one family should do, and maybe we can band together and create our own community. And I think Simplex can be the tool that lets us do that. So the work that Dana is leading is, I think, important work in the community, and for whatever is left of society when society left.
Yeah.
All right. So Dana, thank you for that. And folks that don't know, tune in if you can to the Ball Ground Repeater on Friday nights at 8:30, and join in. Even if you can't reach the Ball Ground Repeater, join in on the Simplex Challenge Friday nights at 9. I think generally the Simplex Challenge starts on channel 19. And see who you can contact in your local area by way of Simplex. And
well, just to add to the work that Dana's doing, I'm going to make a quick plug for the Blue Ridge region.
Absolutely.
We so the
I know a guy that has a poultry farm up there.
Yeah, 35 chickens.
Yeah, that's
so the
one fox. Sorry, I had to put that in there.
Oh, the fox.
32 chickens in a fox. 31 chickens in a fox.
Nope. We'll catch the fox. You know, the great stuff that Dana's doing, I think, is inspiring for all the reasons that he's talked about, that Justin just talked about, and you know, up in Blue Ridge, where I live, we're in sort of a similar kind of situation where our local repeater is unlinked. It's on its own little island. Maybe some of you saw the Facebook post that I put up last week, but you know, they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and so Dana, I hope you feel like you started something here, but we're going to try to do something like that in Blue Ridge, and so tomorrow night we're going to meet up at 9 o'clock. We're not going to start early at at 8:30. But we're going to see who can hit the Blue Ridge, and so this is sort of my official, unofficial call for anyone that wants to participate in the Blue Ridge area. Call out on the Blue Ridge repeater, monitor on the Blue Ridge repeater tomorrow at 9, same as Dana and the folks do at the Blue Ridge or the Ball Ground repeater, and let's see what local contacts we can make up there. We'll do the same. Start out on the repeater and move to Simplex channel 19 and go from there. It'll be our first time trying. We may get 3 people, but we're going to give it a shake. Let me break.
All right.
If I could add on too, our event in my area on the Friday night started with just radio contact. Simplex down the road and meet your neighbor. I call it Discovery Friday night. And now that's led to a monthly lunch meetup. We had our first one. So now we've put faces together, and we've started a group discussion. So it's just another example of Dana's groundwork that's turned in now to another group, another dinner group, and it's very cool.
That does seem to be the one. That does seem to be the one powerful common driver of GMRS radio nerds is that we all like to eat, and we kind of like to eat together. So
that's right.
I'm looking forward to the West Side group at Taco Mac this coming Saturday at 11 a.m. So there'll be Taco Mac in Marietta.
It sounds like another addition to the website.
Where
are we eating?
That's right. We need a dinner calendar.
That'd be a whole separate menu.
Maybe we should include a menu.
I meant a drop-down menu on the website, not the menu to order food.
Both are important. Yeah, both are important. So very good stuff. Well, thanks for all of that, Dana. Did you have anything you wanted to add or to close with?
A very quick note to Mr. Beauchamp there. I should have copyrighted. Only kidding. I'm glad to see it. If I can be of any help, feel free to call out. And I'm going to maybe flip back and forth this Friday night to see if maybe I can communicate as well with you all up there. So great job.
Well, he's on Mount Olympus. He can hit 87 repeaters.
Yeah.
And we only have 23.
Well, you should say that on the air.
Well, being up there on Mount Olympus, we know you can hit 87 repeaters, and we only have 23, so Blue Ridge shouldn't be an issue for you up there.
He can hit them all 3 times over.
Yeah. Come around and back.
We did a little testing the other night, just Dana and I, to, I guess, mainly just confirm that Blue Ridge was still receiving traffic and was on the air, and so Dana, appreciate you for helping just to at least confirm that before we did anything else. That's kind of step 1, right?
Yeah, you can't meet on the repeater if it's not working, or you can't hit it,
or if you can't hear it. That's right.
All right, well, very good. Maybe I'll jump in there with you tomorrow night up in the Blue Ridge region.
Yeah, come on, come all.
All right, where are we at now?
We're looking for Chattanooga 49, Robert in Dalton. Robert, did you have any questions or comments about the North Georgia GMRS website? All right, who wants to read all the
My apologies, you may not be able to hear me. This is Chat 49. No, the website, I'm still fairly new to the site. It was very easy for me to get in to the membership section of the website, and this is just a great network. I do appreciate the time and effort that goes into keeping it all up and running.
In a row? Yes, in a row.
Go ahead. Well, thank you for that, Robert. We appreciate your comments, and that's great to know that as a new member that you're able to navigate that website easily. That's been, I'm sure you can talk at length about the difficulties and the challenges of getting your GMRS license through the FCC website, and it's not friendly. It's not easy to navigate. And that, we often talk about GMRS doesn't require a test. But the reality is getting your FCC license is the test.
That's test enough. Navigating ULS, cores, making your payments.
Once all that's done, it's home
Yeah,
free.
the FRN, the application on the FCC ULS.
If you can do that, you're good.
That is the way of entry into GMRS radio. So if you can navigate all of that, then hopefully our website is a piece of cake, and appreciate that. Glad to have you along, Robert, and thanks for checking in to tonight's net. Did you have anything else before we move on?
No, that pretty well sums it up. I mean, it is a very eye-catching website now. Of course, I can't contest to what it used to look like, being that I am fairly new. But it is much appreciative, and all the conversations that I get to hear, it's awesome. Keep up the good work, everyone.
Very nice. Well, thank you for that, Robert. And yeah, I've got to say, because I've been with the old website for quite a long time, and the old website is something that we're proud of. It was a good website. It included a lot of good content. The new website is better in many ways because the way the content is presented looks better. It's organized in a really good way, and yet it still has a lot of familiarity with the old website. So these are really, really good improvements. But at the same time, I think the old website is something that North Georgia GMRS could and should be proud of presenting to the public. Now, of course, where we're at right now is miles beyond that, and that's really, we talk about this a lot, but it's really all about keep doing whatever we can to find ways to improve. So appreciate your comments, Robert. Free salad. Do we have a list of in and outs that you're going to go through?
We do. I counted. We have 24. So combination of YouTube check-ins and several radio in and outs that I'll run through real quick. We heard Atlanta 454 and Atlanta 453. Steve and Janine in Lilburn were both in and out. We had CW33, Tom in Bogart, 822 feet to MSL, in and out. We had Chattanooga 69, the Velvet Elvis from Las Vegas. Ronnie in Chattanooga is in and out. Next we heard Dallas 64, Josh in Dallas, in and out. We had Atlanta 330, Richard in Jasper was in and out. Atlanta 255, Jennifer in Dawsonville was in and out. Atlanta 637, Dave in Kennesaw was in and out. Atlanta 849 and Atlanta 848, Pamela and Ernest, both in Duluth, in and out tonight. We had Atlanta 532, Tom in Flowery Branch, in and out. Atlanta 87, Bill right here in Woodstock, in and out. We heard Atlanta 261, Scott, also in Woodstock, in and out. And Atlanta 77, Warner in Tucker, was also in and out. Atlanta 710 and Atlanta 711, Scott and Sheila in Roswell, you guessed it, in and out. Continuing, we had CW4, Derek and Comer, in and out. Next we heard Gainesville 285, CV Smith, as well as Gainesville 286, Lynn, both in Murrayville, and both in and out. Let me take a quick break. I don't know what I was at, but that felt like 3 minutes. Next we heard Blue Ridge 64, Melissa checking in from YouTube. Thanks for checking in on the live stream. And then by way of relay, we had...
Wait a minute. We're not going to let him get away with a relay. See if he's there.
All right. Atlanta 60.
See if he can give us any more information about these radios on Saturday.
Yeah, he's got some radios to tell us
With
about.
free delivery.
Free delivery if you pick up.
Yeah, free delivery if you pick it up. Gary, are you there to give us any more information about these radios that Miss Kate touched on at the beginning of the program? Guess Guess not.
Maybe not, yeah. All right. Well, we've already got him as in and out.
It must be bedtime at the Hobbit Hole.
It might
Yeah.
be. We'll
But
leave.
There is a Facebook post about those radios too. So if you didn't catch what Kate said or came in late to the program, there is a post on Facebook about those 8180s Gary has, and will be available on Saturday for folks to come and pick them up if they wish.
They come in all colors.
Black.
As
long as it's
long
black.
as that color is black.
Yeah, with the white buttons.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got Gary, Atlanta 60 and Atlanta 61 in and out. We'll keep him that way. We had another YouTube check-in from Noonan50, Alan in Peachtree City. Thanks for tuning into the live stream tonight, Alan. Next, we heard Atlanta 420, William in Roswell. Checking in on Zello tonight. Thank you for checking in, William. We've got you in and out. That is the end of the list of in and outs. So let's go
well,
next.
it's not really the end. It's just the end of that segment.
The end of that portion,
Yeah.
yes, the 24. Let's go next to Noonan35, Walter in Noonan. We've got you in the log. Any questions, comments, suggestions regarding the North Georgia GMRS website?
WRCT 291, Noonan 35, coming to you live via Zello. My only comment is that it is fantastic. I love the new logo. I love the fact that it is simple and chic, and that I can even sketch it as I try to draw it for friends, which is great. And I went ahead and logged in and created an account prior to the end of the year membership renewal, which is going to save me a whole lot of headache at the end of the year when I'm trying to remember everything I got to do. I love the website. I think it's great. I think the only thing that I need to do better with the website is use it more often.
Yeah, Walter, and you'd mentioned, sharing with the friends, and that's one of the things that we kind of hope that this website is easy to do. So the URL is pretty easy, NGGMRS.org. So if you need to convey that to someone, it's pretty easy to, it's GMRS Radio. We're North Georgia, NGGMRS, and the .org is also pretty easy. It's not as common as .com. But it's not something that nobody's ever heard of, like .tv or some of those other less known URL tags. So hopefully sharing the information with people that you come across becomes easy. And the other hope that we have is that when people come to the website for the very first time, they feel like this is something that is legitimate, and that it is organized, and that we're solid, and I believe that we are, and so I think that this is a fair representation of the organization and a fair representation of the GMRS radio community, and thanks for sharing that with the people that you know. Let me ask Walter, is Rachel going to come on the air and talk with us?
No, I did a poor maneuver at check-in, and I'm in, but Noonan37 is in and out.
I might have guessed such a thing, but I did want to check just to be sure. Of course, Rachel is welcome to make comments at any time. We'd love to hear from her, and very much appreciate hearing women and wives and spouses on the air, and hope that we create an inclusive environment for that. But we've got Rachel as in and out, and with that we'll continue on with our next check-in being Dallas 20, David in Southwest Paulding County. David, what are your thoughts and comments about the North Georgia GMRS website, and do you have any suggestions on what we could do to improve? Whole rabbit recipes.
Can't think of anything I could really improve on, because it is an amazing tool to have in a toolbox for North Georgia GMRS. Coming from the original website, one of the big questions that I was getting asked at the Hamfest was, hey, on your website, there's radios there for sale. No, those are not there anymore. And it was a constant question. And then, navigating through the website, it's so easy to navigate through there. And the store, the merch is where it's at. It's so cool to go to one of these events, a lunch, a Hamfest, or what have you, or even a barbecue, and just see a sea of black shirts across there. That was very cool to see. And just see everyone rally around the trailers, Vanguard, when you're at the Hamfest. So, no, it's an amazing tool, and everyone has done such a great job, and hats off to Kate for doing such a good job with that.
Yeah, definitely echo the same thoughts. It's always cool to be out at the events and see the sea of black North Georgia GMRS shirts. So hopefully folks will pick those up if you haven't already. And I don't know, Jeff, are we going to have some out at the barbecue?
I think Miss Kate plans on bringing what she has. We're
Okay.
coming up on being due for another order, but all of our vendors are slammed right now for construction workers doing safety orange, safety green shirts and stuff like that. So we're kind of waiting for the rush to die down before we place another order. We are aware that we're missing some sizes and things like that, but we will bring what we have left.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's like a pop-up merch shop.
Something like that.
Something like that. Okay. All right. Well, David, did you have any other questions or comments? Sorry, were you going to say something?
No, not that I can think of, except for just if you have a free moment, join us this Saturday at 11 a.m. at Taco Mac for the Westside Luncheon. It's at the corner of Dallas Highway and Barrett Parkway, right there in front of Lowe's. We'd love to see everyone, and come on by and we'll talk food and radios.
Yes, good reminder for those in the area. This Saturday, the lunch at Taco Mac.
Yeah, I think Taco Mac, aren't they famous for their rabbit wings?
Rabbit wings. I guess that would be like chicken fingers, right?
Right.
Ah.
Yeah.
Rabbit wings and
so
chicken
whole rabbit
fingers.
wings at Taco Mac.
All right.
If you can find it on the menu, you can order it.
You can order it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Or is it on the secret menu that you can't find?
Yes.
All right, we're going to keep rolling in the log. We had Dallas 2-1. Lisa, also in southwest Paulding County, was in and out. Next we heard Dallas 4-9. Doug and Hiram, in and out. After that was Cades Cove 81. Renee in Rockwood. And Cades Cove 83. Bill, thanks for checking into the net tonight. After that, we had Atlanta 136, John in Covington, in and out. And Rome 1-2, Mark in Rome, in and out. Next, we heard Chattanooga 110, James in Ringgold. He was in and out tonight. We had a guest check in on YouTube, WRNZ750, Cannon. Thanks for tuning into the live stream tonight. Next was Chattanooga 30, Jonathan and Hickson, in and out tonight. And Dallas 16, Michael, also tuning in on the YouTube live stream. We've got you in the log. That'll bring us to Atlanta 170, Dalton in Cartersville, who's in with us tonight. Dalton, any questions, comments, or suggestions regarding the website?
This is Atlanta 170. Good evening, everyone. I'm new to it. I think the website is amazing. I use it almost daily now, looking up people's call signs, etc., looking up some street meter links and stuff. And everyone's just super friendly, and I just want to thank everyone for it. And I'm looking forward to seeing people at the Smith Family Barbecue.
Did he say he's coming to the barbecue?
I believe that's
I think that's what he said, yeah.
All right, Dalton. Had a kind of a rough copy on you there. You were low into the noise floor there, but I think I heard you say that you use the website near daily, which is awesome. It's a great resource for that. Did I also hear? Want to make sure that I heard you correctly. You are planning to attend the upcoming barbecue?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry about the rough copy. Didn't realize I had switched to a flagship, so hopefully this is better.
It was much better.
Yes, much better. At least twice as much better. Back to you.
Yes, me and my wife and my son will be attending for the first time. Like I said, we're new to it, and everyone's been super friendly. Helped me through my issues with my radio and stuff, and just been blessed to be a part of this so far. Just want to say thank you.
All right, very good. Well, that's not only a great part of the network, being able to get support, and so many willing folks, either willing to come back to you on the radio and help with equipment, or chime in on the Facebook page to questions or troubleshooting or programming. It's all there. Great part of the network. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you at the barbecue, Dalton, and thanks for checking into the net tonight. Next, we heard Atlanta 289 Grady in Jasper. Grady, let's go to you for any questions, comments, feedback that you have for the net.
Grady's usually in and out.
Yeah.
I think you hit that 9 o'clock hour, and there's a lot of auto outs. They're done for the night.
Yeah. All right. Well, not hearing from Grady, we're going to go ahead and show him as in and out and keep moving in the log. Next, we heard Atlanta 658 McKay. Actually, we didn't hear McKay. McKay checked in on YouTube. Thanks for checking in on the live stream. The next that we did hear from was Chattanooga 179. Brett in Chattanooga was in and out. Next is Atlanta 120. Carmine in Fayetteville. We've got you in the log tonight, Carmine. Any questions or comments for the net that you'd like to share tonight?
Sure would. That should be Noonan 120, not Atlanta.
Did I say Atlanta? I might have said Atlanta. My mistake. I've got you in the log as Noonan 120. Back to you.
Yeah, it's lots of comments I'd like to make. Thank the people that do the hard work behind the scenes that nobody don't realize. Well, I understand that everybody, including yourself and the technical people that make all this happen are non-salaried volunteers. Is that not correct?
Yeah. The network is entirely staffed by volunteers. You're correct.
Well, I like to make a big compliment, because every time that I've had to deal with somebody, they've gone up and above and beyond the goal of customer relations, or let's put it this way, membership relations. They've all been very courteous, civil, and most helpful. I'd like to thank you for doing the broadcast like you do. You're an excellent speaker and coordinator. And the new website is everything that the old one was, but better. The old one was real user-friendly, easy to navigate, and the transition over to the new one is just as easy to navigate and user-friendly as the original one. Actually, it's perfect. Where you'll get the best experience of the new website as far as actual graphics, because phones have limitations. I mean, my phone works well on the website, don't get me wrong, but the graphics and the sharpening up and everything that went into the new one is better. You can see it more. You see the image and the whole thing a lot sharper on a regular computer. That's just because of the way phones are. But anyway, I'd like to say thank you to everybody. Bonjour.
Very good. Well, appreciate your comments and input on that. I agree. The new website does seem to be a little bit snappier, especially on mobile devices. And so, good work to the technical team that made all that possible. Miss Kate, especially. All right, Carmine, did you have any other comments before we move on?
No, I don't, Justin. Keep everybody keep on keeping on the good work. I will be. Me and my wife will be at the event in April, and tomorrow I'll be up in Taco Mac, where I guess we're on Barrett Parkway there, Kennesaw for luncheon. I want you to have you and everybody in your family out there, everybody out there, have a great evening. I'll be listening.
All right, Carmine. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for checking in tonight. We have just a few more check-ins. Gainesville 100, Randall in Buford was in and out. And then I'll acknowledge 3 YouTube check-ins. Atlanta 829, John. Atlanta 145, Stephen. And Atlanta 102, James, all joining us on the YouTube live stream tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. That brings us to the end of the roster. 74 check-ins tonight so far. So what time does that mean it is?
Well, that would be time for any additional late check-ins.
Late check-ins.
Or questions and comments.
All right. Well, let's do that now.
How many rounds of late check-ins and questions and comments are we doing?
We're going to do one.
Oh, just one.
Just one.
Just one.
All right, so let's take check-ins, late check-ins, and any comments or questions now.
Net control standing by.
This is Gainesville 76, WRUH 751. From Gainesville, this is John. I've been listening to you guys, but I was busy at the same time. Thank you for the net tonight. Anyhow.
This is
Atlanta 420 with a comment.
This is Atlanta 420, WRSS 771, William with a comment.
This is
403.
This is WRIT 241, Atlanta 403 with a comment.
It's Pamela 849.
WROB 245, Atlanta 849 with a comment.
She wasn't in the log, was she?
She was. Her and Ernest both. They were in and out.
Donna 25, WRWE 557, checking in and checking out.
Chat 49 on YouTube in and out.
All right. Net Control is going to acknowledge we've got 3 check-ins. We've got 3 comments. So we've got, for check-ins, we've got Gainesville 76 John in Gainesville is in and out. Also, we have McDonough 25 Ed in McDonough is in and out. And Chattanooga 49 Robert in Dalton is a YouTube check-in. We've got you in the log. And let me scroll down here. We have comments, request for comment from Atlanta 420, told you. William in Roswell. Atlanta 403, Bobby at the Vortex. And Atlanta 849, Pamela in Duluth. Let's go to William, Atlanta 420 for comments first. Net Control.
I appreciate all the enthusiasm by our net host
You guys have done a fantastic job, and keep up the good work. Y'all doing a great job. That's my comment.
No, thank you, William. I had a rough copy on that, but yeah, there is a lot of enthusiasm in this group. We're enjoying the work that we do, and that makes it not really work. We're just here having a good time playing radio on the air and trying to provide the best program that we can for the listeners. So appreciate the acknowledgement. Thank you for that, William. And yeah, I'm not sure what radio you're using, but you're just barely coming in over the noise. So just as info. Next we have Atlanta 403, Bobby at the Vertex, his standard location. Bobby, what you got?
Well, I just want to say a couple things. I'm a little disappointed that the flux capacitor was not fluxing tonight. And I want to remind Carmine that the West Side lunch that he's going to tomorrow is really on Saturday. So I don't want to see him run all the way up there tomorrow, and it's not there. It's on Saturday.
Well, a couple things, Bobby. Yeah, good point there. Good catch with the lunch not being till Saturday. But I'm going to blame Justin for the lack of the flux capacitor because where I normally plug it in, he's got something else plugged in, so I don't have anywhere to plug it in tonight. So we're not fluxing.
Well, we had the fiber.
Well, yeah, we got the fiber fixed, so there's that. But
Yeah.
we lost the flux capacitor.
Yeah, the fiber killed the flux. But there may be a world in which the fiber and the flux can coexist.
But we upgraded to fiber in Vanguard, which is consuming the outlet at the moment. So that is why you have no flux capacitor. But we did put the PTT light behind me instead, but that only helps our internal people.
Go to Pam.
All right, Bobby, thank you. We're going to go ahead and move on. The last comment that we heard was from Atlanta 849, Pamela in Duluth. Pamela, we'll go to you for your comment now.
Okay, gentlemen, am I sounding okay? I'm talking on a different mic.
Yeah.
You're the same mic.
I'm the same mic.
Yeah.
She's on a different mic.
Oh, she's on a different mic.
Yeah. Your mic is sounding good, Pamela. Go ahead.
Okay. I really haven't had a chance to look at the new website very much, but what I can see, if I was a guest or a new member, I would say it's very attractive, really gets your attention, and the graphics are really good on here. It's interesting. I would definitely want to look at this website. It's very cleverly put together. So I've enjoyed looking at it. And I just wanted to ask one thing. We are looking or trying to put together a Saturday lunch here in Duluth, and wondered what the best way to do that to get people in our area that might want to do this.
Just do it.
Go ahead.
Well, the best way to do that is to just do it and pick a place and a time and a date, and give folks a couple of weeks to think about whether or not they can attend that, and then see what your attendance ends up being. One thought that I have is that if there's a lunch every week or every weekend, it may turn into something that folks, I went to one last week, I'm not going to go to this one next week. So there's a certain saturation level that may occur, but I would encourage you anyway to find a place that you enjoy that has enough seating capacity for a group of people, and then pick a date and time, and then talk about that on the air, and send that information to in an email to Which email should we use for that, Jeff?
I think support's the easiest one, and then we can filter out accordingly to Kate.
Yeah, if you send that email to support with information about that lunch gathering, location, date, time, is really all that we need. We can add that to the announcements when we catch up with Kate, and that way we can help get the word out. I know that you don't use Facebook, and that's a great place to make awareness of a gathering of that nature. So if you're not going to make the post, and you know that someone else that's going to attend does use Facebook, ask them to make a post and help to get the word out that way. So that's the how you do that is you do that. You just do it. And you might have to do it a few times before you have a following or a gathering of any regularity. Consistency is key, and once people fall into a habit of doing something in a regular basis, they come to enjoy it and expect it. So be careful. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap things up for us tonight.
I want to make a quick comment before you get to the closing, as far as attendance for tonight and the number of chickens.
Okay.
Well, notable because I keep a running log of all the nets, and tonight's net was the most attended and checked into net all year.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So the previous record holder was our New Year's net, the mistaken song lyrics. You forgot the song lyrics, or you misheard them. You remember that one?
I forgot that net.
Well, you did a lot on that net, the Music Man.
When it comes to forgetting lyrics, I am king.
So tonight we had 78 check-ins. I was sitting here kind of hoping we might hit 80, but new record high of number of check-ins for the Nets this year.
Wow,
kind of cool. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
next
don't think
week
there are any duplicates in there either. I think that's very good. Time to break, Jeff says. He's over there wringing his wrists and worrying about the timeout timer.
Well, I know you don't.
Somebody has to. Go ahead.
Somebody's got to do it. All right, folks. This is going to conclude the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. We had a total of 78 check-ins tonight, including myself and the other guests, the other net controllers, and our guest Gary. Net control will now be returning the repeaters back to normal use. Everyone who signed in should sign out. Things not to say on a conference call at work. I want to say thanks to everyone for allowing us to serve as your net control this evening. Good night, everyone. This is Atlanta 946 WQIR 514. My name is Justin.
This is Atlanta 519 WRUB 711. My name is Gary.
I am WRWM 344 Blue Ridge 63. My name is Mike.
And Atlanta 750 WRMR 367. My name is Jeff.
We are North Georgia GMRS Network.
And we are clear. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.